Welcome to today's webinar on how to better market your properties using RELA. Just real quickly, an introduction of who I am. My name is Anthony. I work here at Orange County Realtors. Been here now for officially 19 years, started off in the MLS department, so guaranteed I'll speak to everybody regarding rules, regulations, violations, all that fun stuff. What I'm also involved with is our outreach program. Our outreach program is designed to give you training on all your tools and products. So not only do I train on MLS, how to run searches, how to modify listings, create CMAs, all that fun stuff, but I also train on zip forms. I am zip form certified, so I can give you training on how to create transactions basically, how to digitally sign those transactions, and of course all the advanced tools that Zipforms has to offer. And then of course I also love training on tech. I love showing agents how they can utilize their technology tools to better their real estate experience. So that leads us into today's topic, RELA. Now, what is RELA? Real quickly, RELA is one of your Orange County Realtor member benefits that allows you to create property-specific websites for your listings. So welcome, Leo. Thank you very much for attending. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to create a property website very quickly and easily to start promoting it to be able to sell it even quicker. Though I know if you were here in my first class, we had with regards to InfoSparks that we have a 7-day turnaround time on selling listings here in Orange County. But I would say time is of the essence no matter what. So it's super important to always make sure that you are doing your highest and best marketing at all times, regardless of a seller's market or a buyer's market, right? It's that consistency of being able to do marketing for your clients. Now, I know one thing that a lot of agents start to think of when it comes to, oh, geez, let's make a property website. They think that it's going to be overly complicated, right? And I know for a fact that it is not complicated whatsoever, okay? It is very easy to use. I'm going to show you in the first part of our class in 5 easy steps, how to make a property website, and then everything else is gravy. Now, I know other agents will go, well, can I pay somebody to do something like this? You could, but the problem is that if you pay somebody to do a property specific website, you're talking about time and money, usually anywhere from a few $100s to a couple of weeks to make a property website. Here, the moment I list a property in the MLS, I can make a property website in less than 5 minutes. And again, for free. It's included in my member benefit. So how do we access this tool? Now, is this tool available to anybody? Excuse me, is this tool available to anyone? And the answer is yes. If a normal person in real estate or even outside of real estate decided to go to www.RELAH as in Harry, Q as in quit.com, they could come here to RELA's website and they can sign up for an account. But because they're not an Orange County member, if you look at their plans and pricing, they're going to be paying $24 per month to have at least one active property website at any given time. So if they make a property website, they take it down because it's sold, they can make another website, okay, which is included in their $24 per month charge. Or they can have up to 5 property websites active at any given time for $50, or up to 25 active property websites for $100 a month. Now, as I was saying, that this is a member benefit to you as Orange County members. So the website you want to go to access your member benefit is www.relahq.com/OCR. When you type that in your web address, you're going to immediately see that it's branded with the Orange County Realtors logo. And for us, for our members, RELA has a special pricing plan. And if you come all the way down to the bottom, you're going to notice here that for being an Orange County Realtors member, you can have for free at no cost to you 3 active property websites at any given time for free, whereby somebody else outside of Orange County has to pay $25 per month for one property website. If you have 5 listings, then you could pay them $40 per month rather than $50 a month to have up to 5 property websites at any given time. Or you can pay $79 per month for 25 property websites. So you're saving yourself about $20, or actually $20 or more for just being an Orange County Realtors member. And again, most of us who might only get 1 or 2 listings maybe per month, if that, then the free version is more than enough for you. So here at RELAHQ.com/OCR, what we want to do first and foremost is activate or sign up for our free account. Very simply here at OC Realtor or RELAHQ.com/OCR, simply type in under where it says Orange County Realtors, your first name, your last name, your email address, create a password, and put in your MLS user ID for the MLS. This is how RELA is going to identify you as an Orange County Realtors member. Once you put that information in, simply type in or click on create free account. Activate today your free account. Whether you have a listing or not, at least activate and claim your account. Now, in creating property websites, as I had mentioned earlier, a lot of people think that it's super complicated. It is not complicated at all. Now, I'm going to show you in 5 easy steps how to make a property website bare minimally to get your property marketed and out there on the web. Okay. So after you create your account, you're going to log in. By the way, are there any questions before we get, or as we go through this? Oops. No questions? Okay, so how do we begin to make a property website? Step 1. Once we log into RELA, our account here at RELA, we're going to simply move our mouse to the top right corner, and over where it says here in the top right corner, add a property, we're going to click. Now we're going to type in the property address that we are the listing agents on. So it's really important that you are the listing agent on all your listings. Okay. Even if you're the co-listing agent, you can do this as well, but just make sure that you coordinate with the listing agent that they haven't already done this. Okay. But simply type in the property address to your listing. And then you're going to say add a property. So step 1, we're going to add the property. From here, we're going to be taken to the property details screen. So we're going to type in some information about the property for our property website. Now you may see in here some information is pre-filled in. Why? Because it's found on the web. Because I've listed my property in the MLS, my listing goes out to more than 91,000 public websites. Okay. So RELA scours all these various different websites for any information about my listing. It immediately has the property description as pulled from the MLS. From here, what I can do is I can click in the property description box and elaborate a little bit more about the property. So maybe this is a great home overlooking the mountains and great sunsets, remodeled kitchen, so on and so forth. Now, in the MLS, if you've ever inputted a listing into the MLS, there's some restrictions that we have to impose on you as a listing agent. Number one, in the property description field, you're only allowed up to 2,500 characters to describe the property. Not to mention, what's not allowed on the property descriptions are things like any branding, like websites, web addresses, your information, things like that, along with we all need to be careful of fair housing violations, and of course, any other language that is forbidden per the MLS rules and regulations. Now, because this is my property website, number one, I do not have a character limit on writing my description. So if I had to get super creative on how to describe the aesthetics of the property in the MLS to use up 2,500 characters, I can now create my own property website and now add on to that property description. Now, because this is also my personal website for my listing, I can even add in other things that I might not have added in before to help promote the sale of the home. So we can add in more things. Now, I will always say, be careful of fair housing violations. Don't say things like, this is a great home for a family, great home for an executive, because when you're advertising to the world, you still have to be mindful of fair housing regulations. So we want to be careful of that. No discriminatory language. Now, after we elaborate on the property description, if we choose, over here to the left-hand side, we do not need to worry about the listing status, but if for whatever reason, we could promote or create a property website for our sold listings, our properties that are currently in escrow, coming soon, or a customized status. Now, you'll notice here that there is no choice called active. We could leave this blank, and when I go to publish this property website over here at the top left corner, which will be our fifth step, this will then indicate that the property is currently active for sale or lease or rent or whatever. Okay. Now, some other things here that we can do off to the right-hand side, the property type. Typically, it would have the appropriate property type selected, pulled from the web. But you'll notice here that if I click on the down arrow, I can select single family. I can have a property website for my duplexes, triplexes, quadplexes, my mobile units, multi-units, or multifamily properties, timeshares, townhomes, residential land lots, or miscellaneous or other. Now you may ask yourself, well, geez, Tony, what would be something other? Well, that could be my commercial for sale. Like my commercial building, or maybe a business opportunity. So what we can do here is now not be limited to just creating property websites for just our for sale properties. What we could do is now indicate that maybe this is a residential lease. So now, no matter who I'm or no matter what property type my client is now needing me to list, I can create a property website for any and all listings that I'm the listing agent on or the co-listing agent on. So my leases, my for sales, my commercials, my residentials, whatever. Now, underneath that, you put in the list price. List price is all dictated what's on your listing contract. You don't need to worry about a display price because the display price is always superseded by the list price. Here we can indicate the year built, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, additional bedrooms like the dens, the lofts, the property square footage, the lot size, if any. We can say how many stories the property is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, whatever. We can indicate if there's an attached garage or detached garage. excuse me, or none or other. Other would be like your carport. You can say how many spaces total there are for parking. So maybe it's a 2-car garage with 2 parking spaces in the driveway. Your total parking spaces would be 4. Now over here, back over here to the left, amenities. What does this home have? Well, you'll notice that underneath the amenities section, we have some suggestions. We can just simply click on a choice that we might need, like the city lights and the mountain views and the walk-in closets and the stainless steel appliances and the side-by-side or stackable washer and dryer. But wait a minute, Tony. There's some other things about this home that I really wish were available, but I don't see in this list. Can I not have it as an amenity? Not at all. If I click in the amenities section where my cursor gets to blink, I can now manually type in the amenity and then hit tab to install it. Now, one important part of putting in amenities on your property website is that these are also keyword searches. So if anybody's typing in a search in Google searches, if they type in some of your amenities, this will now elevate your listing website or your property website higher on that list to be found. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you type in all the amenities that need to apply. Stainless steel appliances, quartz countertops, remodeled kitchen, spacious floor plan, whatever you need. Now, some other nice property details here that we can also indicate. We can add in open house information. So when we're hosting an open house on this property, so all we need to do is put in the date, the start time, the end time, and that's it. So maybe we've got an open house this Saturday between 10 and 2:30. So here, step 2, we're going to put in the details about the property. What we now need to do is come back over to the top right corner, click save, save your information. Step 3, we're going to come back over here to the left and go to the photo gallery. Here, we're going to upload photos to our property website. Now, Diane, do you know how many photos you can have on a listing in the MLS? Do you know? You don't know? Okay. You can have up to 75 photos on a listing in the MLS system. Okay. And usually those photos are no larger or can be no larger than 6 megabytes per photo. Now, here's the issue. You pay a photographer to take photos of your listing. Typically, the photographer will take anywhere from 100 to 200 photos to allow you to pick and choose. And some of those photos are high definition photos, larger than 6 megabytes. But the sad part is you can't use those in the MLS and you can't use every photo. Well, here on your property website, you are unlimited to the amount of photos that you can upload for your listing or for your property website. And you have no size limitation. You can now upload those high definition photos that your photographer does take. So they do not need to be in the 6 megabyte field or range. They can be the larger high definition, more clear photos. Now, very easy to add photos to your property website. Simply move your mouse back over here towards the left where it says add files and click. From here, we're now going to browse our computer for those photos. So here on my reel of photos, I'm now going to select one of those pictures. Now, this is where we're going to have a lot of fun. What I can do is now select all of the photos that I need. And now when I say open, in less than 2 minutes, all these photos are now being uploaded all at the same time, which now may take it a minute or two, depending on the size. So in 3, 2, 1, the images are now being processed. I uploaded 12 photos, which are now displayed right here in our image gallery. Sorry about that. Now, we can rearrange the photos. If you've ever rearranged photos in the MLS, it can be somewhat of a challenge to do that, but not here. Here, what I want or can do is simply move my mouse over top of a photo, click and hold on it, and now drag it and place it wherever I want in whatever order I wish. Just like so. I can even, underneath the photo, click in this little white section here underneath the photo and type in a description. Okay. So step 3, upload your photos. Step 4, your theme and contact. Back over here to the left, click on theme and contact, and now we can choose the theme for our website, upload our contact information, so on and so forth. Now, what I like about this section here is that we get to see the current theme. Now, the current theme is over here towards the right, so we can preview what the property website looks like. Now, based on the current theme here, we get to see what the property website looks like. You'll notice here, it indicates right on the front page when I'm hosting my open house. Why? Because I inputted that under the details. I scroll down below, I see the list price, bedroom, bathroom, description, all the photos, amenities. But wait a minute, more importantly, the listing is presented by me. Now, this may not come up the very first time only because I need to input that data. But more importantly is down below, get in touch. You're going to notice here that there's a section here on how to get in touch with you. Now, unlike these third-party websites that we've all had to deal with, whereby somebody goes and clicks on that listing, they want to learn more, they say contact the agent, but then does that lead necessarily come to me? And the answer is no on these third-party websites, right? They much rather give it to one of their other paid vendors or paid agents to get that lead. The beautiful thing about this is that this is your property website. RELA does not collect or keep any of the data here. Okay. And what I mean by that is that when a client or potential client puts in their information to get in touch with you, their first name, last name, email address, maybe a phone number, and they hit submit inquiry, this comes directly to you, the listing agent. Now, if you have a co-listing agent as well, besides yourself, then the lead will come to both of you. There is nobody vetting the lead. There is nobody intercepting the lead or anything like that. The lead is automatically emailed to you in less than 2 minutes. So this is going to require you to always look at your phone for any potential leads coming through to want to know more about this property. So there is nobody vetting the lead. There is nobody going through or screening the lead, and or better yet, not handing out your lead to somebody else. These leads come directly to you. They came to your website. They want information directly from you. They are going to get you. Now, back here in the theme, maybe you don't like the way this website is laid out. Don't worry. Come back over here towards the left-hand corner, and underneath the current theme, choose the choice Change Theme. Now, as part of your free member benefit with Orange County Realtors and RELA, you have more than 20 different versions of the website or templates to choose from. Just simply choose one, and it will automatically allow you to preview it. So what you can do here is, for every one of your properties, have a unique property website designed by you for your client. Now, all these templates are all up to date. What I love is about RELA is that they are really up to date on the current marketing trends that people like to see on a website. Okay, and they give you all these choices. So now you can pick and choose how you want every one of your property websites to be laid out. Underneath the theme, after you select one, upload your company logo. You only have to do this the very first time that you make a property website. First time that you make a property website, under your contact information, edit your data. Here, under Edit, under Contacts, make sure that you have your profile picture uploaded. Make sure your first name, last name, that you're a realtor, your cell number, your email address, the company that you work for is displayed, along with your DRE license number. This is important because this will now make your property website compliant with DRE regulations. As you may or may not know, if you're advertising properties as a real estate agent, or even doing any sort of advertising, you must have all first point of contact on that material. Your website is no different, or the property website is no different. Make sure your name is spelt out correctly as what's displayed on your DRE license number. Put in your phone number, put in the full name of the company that you work for, and of course, put in your DRE license number. Here, you can also include your personal website for people to go to, and any of your social media platforms: Google+, LinkedIn, Vimeo, Pinterest, Instagram, Zillow, Yelp, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. So here at stage 4, we put in our contact information and choose our theme for our website. Now, step 5, come back over to the top right corner or left corner to where it says not published. Click on the down arrow and hit publish property. When you hit publish property, your website is now available on the web for people to go to, find. Well, how do we promote that? Well, over here back to the left under the domain name or domains, this is going to be your property website address or web address. Now we can copy it, paste it, help begin to market it, push it out there to the world, share it wherever we need to share it at. Now, this is free. So RELA creates a free domain name for your property website. But if you don't like the property website domain name, which by the way, will always be the street number, street name .relahq.com. But if you don't like that, not a problem. You can add or purchase a domain name. If you add a custom domain name, that will be a charge of about $15 to purchase. Or maybe you've already gone to, say, GoDaddy.com and created a domain name for this property website. Well, there you can also add in that domain name to replace this. But those two methods here will now cost you money to create. Here, just going with the default domain name doesn't cost you a dime. Are there any questions on creating a property website in 5 steps? Does it look that simple, Diane? Or have you done this before? No? So what else? What else can RELA do? Well, there's so many other things that we can do. If you did nothing else, it's easy to make a property website. You get a property or you get a listing today, you put it in the MLS, and the moment you put it in the MLS, you go and you make your property website. But now we want to make, that property website kind of stand out and maybe promote it and do other things. First thing that we can look at, first and foremost, underneath the details section, even though we've promoted the open houses, what we can also do is turn on a showing schedule. What we can now do is allow people visiting our property website to request a showing. So here we're going to allow them to use a standard calendar to ask for a showing. So not only can they send us an inquiry about the property, but they can now directly ask us, the listing agent, to see this home. Whether it's for sale or for lease, whether it's residential or commercial. Okay. So here we can input that information. As a matter of fact, we can even schedule restrictions. Geez, we'll do an open house, either in person or maybe we do a live stream. Hey guys, tune in for my live stream open house on this date at this time. And we're going to title it Walk Through 6 Clearwater. And I'm going to put in my registration link to my Zoom meeting or my Facebook event down on my Facebook business page. Put that URL there so that people can actually register to attend the live stream open house. And that's great for when those clients just don't like people showing up, or we have a client that doesn't like us to do physical open houses to let everybody and anybody walk through their home because of COVID. Another thing that we can do. Back with our photo gallery. You'll notice that when we originally look at the theme of the property, and maybe we go back to a different theme here, we might see that one main photo of the property here, and that's it. Hi, YC. But yet, what else? I mean, without having to scroll through and look at the photos, or maybe click on the photos choice to look at all the photos, maybe we want a nice little slideshow going. Well, we can do that here under the photo gallery. So one of the extra bonus things that you can do here with your property website is that you have gallery options for your photos. Not only can we upload unlimited photos, but what we can now do is turn on a virtual tour, basically a slideshow. Just simply click on gallery options, go to where it says virtual tour and click on the off button. From here, what we're now going to do is we're going to turn the status from off to enabled or on. Now, if we had multiple photos here, like 50, 100, or what have you, we can actually pick and choose what photos we want. We can say how long those photos are to sit in that slideshow. And what kind of slideshow do we want to do? Pan, zoom, randomize, fade in, fade out. Maybe we'll just do a randomized. From here, we can now hit save and close. Now, how do I see the slideshow? Come back over to theme and contacts where we can preview the property website. And we're going to see here the information or the pictures go through the slideshow. So right away, it looks like we have a video. But wait a minute, there is more. What happens when you do have a video? Now, Diane, YC, do you all make videos for your listings? Or have you done that before? Or even thought about doing it? Or do you get a photographer to do it for you? YC, you do? Excellent. Now, YC, do you upload it to the web? And you can type in the box if you choose. Yes, you do. Excellent. So what you can do here underneath the photo gallery as a bonus here, videos and 3D tours. Here we can upload a video. So what we can do is we can add that branded video tour. So if we got it from our photographer, we could copy and paste that link that we got from the photographer or from our YouTube channel into this box here. Or if I made the video myself and I got the MP4 file, like I made it on iMovie or Movie Maker or Video Maker, right? What I can do is I could actually upload that actual video file directly into my property website. Can we have a background music in the video? You can have music in the video, of course. You would just have to put that in under the edit if you're editing the video. But if you're talking about, can I have music to the property website? The answer is going to be yes, which will be our next thing that we talk about here in just a moment. But just know that you can upload your video files. Now, wait a minute. YC, do you do other videos besides your virtual tours and videos for your listings? Like, do you have a video marketing campaign? No? Okay. Well, that's something to think about, right? If you're doing YouTube marketing or video marketing to help promote you and your business, you probably have a video for your intro. Like, this is who I am. Hi, everybody. My name is Anthony. I work at Jack and Jill Real Estate. It's so nice to meet you, right? Then, of course, you might do videos about the community, right? Talking about the city. From our earlier class, maybe you have a video about a statistic about the city that this property is listed in. Unlike the MLS, where you're limited to 2 unbranded virtual tours or 2 branded virtual tours of a property, here on my personal website, I can upload any and all my videos. Any and all my videos. So not only am I not limited to just a virtual tour of the home, but I can now upload my intro video, a city community video, maybe some local business interview videos about where this property is located. So now I'm giving more information of enticing people to want to buy this home in the areas that we're marketing in. Now, in some cases, has anybody paid for those 3D tours? Like the virtual dollhouse, Matterport, any of those? If you did, you can also upload those too. Under the 3D tour section, just simply choose add a virtual tour, put in your Matterport tour link to your property, and then say upload tour. Now, if you've never seen one before, this is the new thing. Has been around for quite a number of years. I want to say about 5 to 7 years. Okay. And in the beginning, Matterport was gonna, to buy the camera and to buy, a monthly subscription to their website. It was about $5,000. Nowadays, you've got photographers that are doing this for you. Now, what I love about this type of tour, and I recommend this for every and all listings, especially today, is the fact that you now feel like you're virtually in a property. Here, we've got a full 360-degree view of a home. We can walk through the home, looking at all the bedrooms and all the rooms and everything else. Whoops, actually, I spun that too fast. I can walk through this. Now, why these tours are so popular, whoops, there's the dining room. It looks like a bedroom. an office with a view. Let's take a look at what's in here. The bookshelves, the view from the front yard, walking back out. Maybe we go back down and walk through, whoops, the kitchen. And everything that we can see out through here. What makes these tours so popular and has been is that now you as a client do not need to look at 40, 50 homes like we used to do 10, 15, 16 years ago. Now with these types of technologies available to you as a real estate agent today, you can now give the capability of somebody who may be even out of town or out of the country, the capability of walking through this house. Nowadays with clients, they want to see tours like this because again, they just don't want to have to spend all day looking at properties. The time that they want to do or what they want to do is only see their best 4 or 5 homes, right? So now you're showing more clients, more properties, or just about the same number of properties than you would one client. They've already seen the home because of tours like this. And if they have those VR goggles, and if you don't know what those look like, this big old honking thing where I can stick my cell phone in, I can now put my cell phone in here, play this tour, and have this VR goggle ready so I can now literally look around and view the entire house as if I was there. And these have been popular now for the past 3 or 4 years. So I would definitely talk to your photographer about those types of tours. But now just know you can upload those. And if you have multiples, like maybe you do one at the top of the house and then one at the bottom of the house. So instead of one big giant virtual tour, you give them 2. Maybe you don't show them every room. It's up to you. The next thing that you can add here is music to the property website itself. So YC, here you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21 different pieces of music that you can add to your property website. Just simply click on a song and hopefully we can hear what that song sounds like. And the whole idea behind this is that you're picking the mood. Once you find the song you like, simply choose add. This will now add that song to your property website. So again, if you go back to theme and contact, you're going to hear that song play here in just a second. And you kind of now set the mood for this home. So as they're going through it, they can, so we can have a little fun with that. Oh, you're welcome, YC. Now, besides the music, you can also upload documents and floor plans to the property website. Now, why would we ever need to do something like that? Well, number one, if we have an actual floor plan that maybe we've created ourselves, maybe we used, oh gosh, what's that room app I used to use all the time? Where is it? Where is it? Magic Plan, where I create my own floor plan myself. I go around taking out the measurements with my mobile device, putting all that together, making a floor plan. Or I get permission from the HOA to use a copy of the floor plan for the marketing. But even better yet, documents. Here we can upload our PDF files or documents that we need people to access. Like if this was a lease, guess what we can upload? The application to rent. We go into zip forms, we type in the property address, we now download the form or save the PDF or save the form as a PDF document on our computer. And now we can add that file for anybody going to this property website to download an application and submit it directly to me. Maybe there are other special documents that we need to upload to help people understand what they need to do in order to submit an offer. We can upload those. Next, brochures. We now need to promote the property. How many of you like to make flyers or postcards? You probably all do, right? Has anybody ever made one person? Excellent. Did you make it yourself, YC, or did you pay somebody to do it? Did you pay someone? And if you did pay someone, how long did it take them to make that flyer for you? Somebody did it for you. Okay, great. How long did it take them to make that flyer for you and print it out? And were you happy with the flyer, or was it just okay? Couple of days, it was pretty good. Okay, couple of days to be pretty good. Remember, we need things right away, right? Here under the brochure section, under your marketing over here to the left, really gives you the capability of making flyers, brochures, social media posts, and of course, postcards. Now, these are all templates or access to templates included in your free member benefit. Say as an example for the flyers, I now have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different flyers that I can pick and choose from. Everything is pre-created. Now, by the way, these are all high def PDF files. Some of these, like the flyers, are front and back. So here, these indicate that it's a 2-page front and back flyer, or a single page, meaning that's just on the front. What I can now do is I can select one of these by clicking on the up arrow or the down arrow in the upper right corner of that template and say, use this design. Now, what's super cool about this is that we have what this looks like right now, but maybe I need to have more, right? I want to add in different things. Maybe I want to rearrange the pictures. Maybe I want to change it around a little bit. Well, move your mouse over top of that flyer, click on the magnifying glass, and now everything about this flyer is fully customizable. So I can take the time and move things around. Maybe change out the pictures, crop things, change the fonts, do everything I want to this flyer. Now, when I hit close, I can now either download it or print it. If I download it, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to send it to my printer. I'm going to put it on my flash drive, drive to Kinko's, print out my high def flyers. And it didn't take me a matter of days. It took us what? 30 seconds to make. Even if I didn't change anything here. It's got all the necessary information on this flyer, like my name, my contact information, as well as the property website. Great for one of those last minute things. If you, whoops, I forgot to get flyers done. Well, now I don't have to sweat it. If I've gotten a property website created, I can now make the flyer. Now, besides the flyer, brochures. Real quickly, YC, have you ever been to one of those multi-million-dollar properties before, say like in Laguna Beach or Newport or Corona Del Mar or Dana Point, any of those before, or even you, Diane? Not yet. Okay, maybe one day. Sometimes in those multi-million-dollar properties, they have this lovely cardstock quad fold brochure booklet about a property that some agents are paying anywhere from $200 per booklet to $500 per booklet. Well, guess what? Here under the brochure section, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 different templates of the 4-page booklets, excuse me, at no cost to you. This again, simply select the booklet you like, say use this design, and everything about this booklet is fully customizable. You can customize every page to be a little bit different or keep it the same, and then download it. Take it to the printer, print it. The idea is we don't have to spend a lot of money, if at all, to get somebody to print these out for us on that beautiful shiny cardstock. So, you know, I'm saving a little money and of course time, right? When it's a matter of a few days, but I want to be able to show what I've done on a property, we got that. Now, again, next to the brochures, you also have social medias. So here we can create just listed, just sold, or open house advertisements for our social media postings. Great for Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter, right? Again, everything about that little flyer is fully customizable, but it's really nice and simple. Exactly what these things need to be. Now, if you're marketing the neighborhood, right? Letting people know in the neighborhood that you just listed or maybe just sold a property, guess what? You also have a postcard. Here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 20 different postcards to pick and choose from, all front and back. Some are, and what you'll notice here is the size, 5 by 5.5 by 8.5, 6 by 11, you know, size postcards. Just listed, just sold. And again, I don't have to wait days, or in some cases, a week or two to promote my listing. I can just simply select the postcard I want. And again, everything about this postcard is fully customizable. Maybe I choose a different photo. Get rid of that photo. Add an image. Right? It's just that simple. Or add in extra images. However you want to work this, right? And maybe I add in a text box. Right? Change the font color. It's great, you know, we bold it, we make the font size ginormous, we do whatever we need to. And we don't want it transparent. Right? We rotate it. However you want. Again, after we are done with our design, we close it. We got the back end of the design, right? Room enough for the address. Great. Download it, send it off to my mailer guy and say, here's the list of people that should get this postcard. Any questions on the brochures? No questions? You guys are making it easier on me today. Last thing. YC, Diane, do you guys do social media marketing? Do you have a Facebook business page? Not yet. Again, not yet. Okay. Eventually you might. All right. Big thing with Facebook business page is that you can create targeted ads. Now, the common complaint with a targeted ad though through Facebook is it takes you about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to make the ad, right? Geez, I wish I could promote my listing that much easier using, to be able to create a targeted ad without having to create everything from scratch. Well, guess what? Facebook and RELA have a unique partnership. So if you do have a Facebook business page, you can, from your property website, create a targeted ad in less than 2 minutes to obtain leads. Now, real quickly here, I'm just going to show you kind of points in a video about how to make the ad, but it's really super simple. Okay. So we go to create the ad. After we make the property website, from here at the details, the overview of the property website, not only can we link our RELA account to our Facebook business account just by simply clicking on Get Started. When we do that, it's going to ask us for our Facebook business page or our Facebook logins to access our Facebook business page. Once we connect it together, then very easy from this section here, after we click on Get Started, we're now taken to a section here to make the ad. What is it that we are trying to achieve the ad to do or start with? Over here to the left, the budget and timing. How long you want to run the ad and how much you want to spend. This is all crucial. Now, ideally, and this is actually needs to be updated, I do believe the budget is about $9 per day with a minimum of at least $50. So what you could do is say, budget yourself for $100 to try to run a 2-week ad. When you want it to start, when you want it to end, at what time. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, what's the objective of the ad? Are you trying to obtain leads or you just want people to view the website? Typically, 9 times out of 10, you as a real estate agent want to generate leads. Well, what kind of leads do you want to generate? Do you want to generate buyer leads? Do you want to generate agent leads? So if you were recruiting for your office, like a broker or office manager, you could do that. Do you want to try to get lenders or investors? Again, 9 times out of 10, you're probably, for this property, trying to generate buyer leads. Now, what may not be there anymore is the gender, because of Facebook's new outlook on advertising. You cannot pick a gender to discriminate against. So it's going to be automatically everyone and ages 18 and up. It used to be able to, or you used to be able to say what age minimum you wanted your ad to go to, but because of discrimination lawsuits that Facebook ran into, it's now anybody over the age of 18. Okay. And only people over the age of 18. Now, from here, the audience, where you want to try to generate those leads in and around. It's always going to be defaulted to the radius from the property, meaning the subject property and how far out do you want to grab the leads from. From here, you can go 5 miles, 10 miles, 100 miles, 400 miles, 800 miles, 700 miles, 1,000 miles, right? How big your reach you want to go. So first, put in the details. Once you do that, bottom right corner, you're going to then click next. When you click next, you'll automatically see the ad come up. Now, like the brochures, everything about this ad is fully customizable. Now, if you've set up your Facebook business page properly, it will always refer to your Facebook business page name. If it's got your name, comma, realtor, and your DRE number sign or your DRE number, that's great because you're going to need that for your DRE regulations. At the very top, I would definitely start your ad by saying the name of the company, space, dash, space, just listed, if you want. Okay. Or need to see. That way you've met in that ad all first point of contact requirements. Now, as for the photo will be here pulled from the very first photo from your property. But again, everything fully customizable. You could actually instead upload that image to be a video. So the property video, your intro video, I would probably more than likely make sure that it's your property video. Down below here, just immediately says just listed, the property address, and of course the description of the property. Again, everything's fully customizable. Now, there's two things that you're not going to be able to modify, and that is the property website and of course learn more. Now, once you've modified the ad itself, if you choose, then top right corner, click next. Once you click next, now you're going to be taken to a page ready to go. So here, what the ad looks like or will look like. Here, remind you of your budget. In this case, how much you're spending over how many days, starting when and ending. And what's the objective of the ad? At that point, if everything looks great, then you're going to hit publish my ad. Now, there may be a credit card screen that comes up for you to pay for that ad because Facebook wants their payment. Okay. So here you'll complete the checkout process. You'll pay for it. And then what now happens is the ad will appear in the middle of everyone's newsfeed. Now, that's the difference between a targeted ad and a boosted post. Typically, a boosted post will always appear to the right-hand side of the newsfeed and will stay there for so many days, depending on the boosted post. But a targeted ad will always appear in someone's newsfeed. So depending on if I'm in that radius, if I'm qualified based on my account information, if I'm qualified to even see the ad, I'm going to see it. Now I've got a choice of two different things. I can like your business page, or I can reshare it, like it, comment on it, or even better yet, for you, learn more. If someone sees this ad and they click on learn more, their account information immediately comes up to verify that it is them. So in a way, Facebook has now pre-vetted this person's information for you. So I have to have a valid first name and last name. Whoops. Have to have a valid first name and last name in order to create a Facebook account. I've got to have a valid email address to make a Facebook account. And because of my Facebook account, Facebook requires that I have at least a phone number that has already been validated or is validated as well. So these are three major things that is pre-validated by Facebook themselves. Once they hit submit, now I am sent the lead. That lead is now sent to my property website details report, where it can now be found under the detailed section, the property leads. How long ago they submitted their information, so on and so forth. Now, what's cool about this is that you now get to track the analytics within your property website. Here, you get to see the ad performance, how much you've spent, the number of people who have seen it, how many people actually clicked on the ad to view it a little bit more, and of course, how many leads were generated from that ad. By the way, these leads will be under the property lead list. Even if they clicked on the website itself and then said, get in touch with me, they will be in the property lead list. The date, the time. Now at that point, if I click on that person, I now see their phone number and their email address. If this was from that Facebook targeted ad, now we've got their information. Now I can call them. I can click on their email to email them directly. I can add in notes, or even better yet, I can export these people into a CSV or an Excel spreadsheet file and import them into my CRM or my contact management system. Now, I will say that this system does work. Now, how do I know it works? About 2-3 years ago, I was teaching this very class at Laguna Woods Properties. If you're not familiar with Laguna Woods, it's where the retirement community and senior communities are. And the real estate agents are a little bit older. Well, I had one particular agent, when we went over this, said, Tony, it can't be this easy. He goes, I've made the property websites before, but I've not done the Facebook advertising. It can't be that easy. It can't work that easy. I said, let's try it after class. So after class, I sat down with him and we created that Facebook ad in less than 2 minutes. He basically said he wanted to spend $100. He picked out his date, he picked out his time, he generated the leads. He didn't change anything about the ad. And he said he wanted to be about a 500-mile plus radius. He posted the ad. And I said that, he goes, wow, that was super simple. I said, okay, Warren, whenever you're done, I'd like to hear what your experience was, whether it's positive or negative. Well, 3 weeks go by. And just before I go back out to his office to give another training on, I think it was zip forms, Warren gives me a call the day before and he goes, Tony, I totally forgot to call you. He goes, you know what? It reminded me when I saw your name come up on our agenda for tomorrow that I had run this Facebook ad. And I said, well, that's great, Warren. You know, what happened? He goes, you know what? This is what happened. He goes, he ran the ad for that 2 weeks. And in that 2-week time period, and let me pull that back up. In that 2-week time period, he had spent that $100. In the $100, he had about 1,700 impressions, meaning that 1,700 people saw the ad. Out of those 1,700 impressions, he had 95 people click on the ad itself to want to learn, to click on the ad. Out of those 95 people, 13 leads he had received. And I said, oh, wow, Warren, that's awesome. By any chance, did you convert any of those leads? Now, Warren got super quiet over the phone. He goes, Tony, I will tell you, I didn't even realize I had leads. And I said, oh, Warren, you're killing me. I go, before I come out tomorrow, the moment you and I hang up right now, I want you to call all 13 of those leads that were there right at the bottom of the list. I said, call those 13 leads. And I don't care if you even convert any of them. Just tell me what they said. He goes, okay, Tony, no problem. Hung up with him, went to his office the next day in the middle of the class. I said, all right, Warren, hey class, got to follow up to our last class from RELA. Warren, you did the ad. We talked about it. And all of a sudden he started telling me the number, telling everybody the numbers. I spent the $100, got the 1,700 impressions, the 95 clicks, the 13 leads, and everybody was super excited. And I said, Warren, did you convert any of those leads? And he and I both laughed. And he goes, you know what? When I called you yesterday, I hadn't called a single one. To which his broker laughed and said, "Oh my God, Lauren, I can't believe that you did that." And I said, "Hey guys, wait, Warren, did you call the leads yesterday?" He goes, "Yes, I did." I go, "Warren, did you convert any of them?" And now all of a sudden, Warren got a big super smile on his face. And he goes, "Yes, Tony, I did." And I said, "Was it more than one?" He goes, "Tony, out of those 13 leads, I converted 6 of them, one of which wants to actually write an offer on that listing that I listed, that they saw the ad on." I was like, "That's awesome." So for his $100 investment, he converted 6 viable leads out of the 13 possible, calling them a week later from his Facebook targeted ad. To which, following up with him in the next month, he had gotten into escrow on 4 of those 6 leads and were showing properties to the other 2. So Warren was a closer on 6 properties out of those 6 viable leads, or those converted leads. So do you think a $100 investment was worth it? Sure enough. So how long is the RELA single property website itself can be used for the listing? Indefinitely, YC. So YC asks, how long does the property website last? It lasts as long as you keep it active. As a matter of fact, even inactive. So the biggest thing here is, say we close on the property, right? I'm not going to delete this property website. Instead, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it from published to not published, unpublished. What this will now do is pull down the property website, which number one, frees up another property website for me to activate. So if this was a lease, this would be a great time to pull down that lease listing property website. And then if I happen to get the lease again, maybe a year, 6 months, whatever, I can then republish it and re-advertise it once I'm the listing agent again. But the idea behind this is that I can now show any potential clients what I do, or potential sellers or listers, what I do specifically for them to market a home. And I can show them success, or what my stats are for the property websites that I'm creating and creating targeted ads for. So I can show them what leads are being generated, what they're saying about the property, how we're advertising it, you know, things like that, and how fast we can sell those homes. So this is great to be part of your listing presentation to show value in what you do. Does that help, YC? How many single property websites can be coexisted? I could have 1,000 here, but with my free account, I can only have 3 active or published at any given time. So as as a property closes or leases, I'll unpublish it to now free up a new spot for my 3. And then when that one, I create a new one, I publish it. Then when that closes, I unpublish it. So I can have a whole list of property websites that I've created. Does that help? Good. Are there any questions on any of this that we went over today? No questions? So, call to action today. The only thing I want you to do, even if you don't have a property to list right now, claim or activate your free account today, right? That way you're ready to go. You could actually play around with it. Maybe you create a property website for your home just to play with some of the tools so you can see how easy it is to make. And then when it comes time to actually get a listing, you know exactly what you would need to do because it's already there, part of your to-do list to be able to market that home. Okay. So don't forget to go to RELA.com or RELA HQ. realtor.com/OCR after class today, or even during class today. And from there, sorry. From there, put in your first name, last name, email address, create a password, your MLS user ID, and then create an account. And then start playing with it. You can create an unpublished website, as many unpublished websites as you want, just to play around with it. That's why I always suggest doing it on your own personal property. That way, if you accidentally publish it, you're not getting yourself into trouble for advertising someone else's property without being the proper representation, because it does say listed by. So be careful of that. Okay. So do it on your own home first to practice, and then add the photos, add some music, try adding videos, and then create brochures, and then put it in your marketing to-do list when you go to get a listing. Okay. With that said, if there are no other questions, ladies and gentlemen, if you do have any questions after class, please feel free to either call me or email me. My email address is Tony, Tony, @ocrealtors.org, or feel free to give me a call at 949-586-6800. My extension is 104. With that said, I want to thank everybody, and I will talk to you all really, really soon.